I want to start with something personal. Have you ever watched someone speak English fluently, naturally, easily, and thought, I will never sound like that? Maybe it was a colleague at work. Maybe it was someone on YouTube. Maybe it was a native speaker in a conversation, laughing, talking fast, making jokes. And you were standing there, understanding maybe half of it, feeling small, feeling like you don't belong in that conversation. I know that feeling. Most language learners know that feeling very well. And I want to talk about it today. Because that feeling, that comparison, is one of the biggest reasons people stop learning English. Not grammar, not vocabulary, not time, not talent. Comparison, it is quiet, it is fast, and it does a lot of damage. Let's talk about what it does to you and how to stop. Here's the problem. When you see someone speak English fluently, you are looking at their result, their chapter 20. Maybe they're chapter 50, but you are at your chapter 1, or your chapter 5, or your chapter 11, and you are comparing those chapters as if they are the same thing, as if you are standing at the same starting line, as if the distance between you is a measure of your ability. It is not. Every chapter 20 is built on 19 chapters of work. Mistakes, difficult conversations, embarrassing moments, years of practice that you cannot see, because the result is visible, but the journey is invisible. When you see a fluent English speaker, you see the finished result. You do not see the 100 awkward conversations before that. You do not see the years of not understanding. You do not see all the evenings they felt lost, frustrated, stupid, exactly like you feel right now. That part is hidden. Nobody shows that part. Nobody posts about the evening they sat in a restaurant and understood nothing. Nobody makes a video about the year when speaking felt impossible. You only see the result, and then you compare your middle to their end. That is not comparison. That is self-punishment. And it is based on false information. You are not comparing equal things. You never were. So, what is the only comparison that actually helps you? Compare yourself to who you were before. Not who someone else is today, who you were 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 1 year ago. Ask yourself honestly, right now, can you understand things today that you could not understand 6 months ago? Can you say sentences that used to be impossible for you? Do you freeze less than before? Do you follow conversations better? Can you read more, write more, understand more? Take a moment, really think about it. That information is real. And for almost every person who has been learning for more than a few months, that information is positive. The progress is there. It has always been there, but it is slow. And it is invisible day to day. And this is the cruel trick of language learning. Progress happens constantly, but you almost never feel it happening. Here is why. Your brain adapts to your current level very fast, faster than you think. Yesterday's impossible becomes today's normal, and your brain immediately forgets that it used to be impossible. It just moves the bar higher. And suddenly today feels exactly as hard as 6 months ago felt. This is why it always feels like you are not improving. You are improving. You are always improving. But the bar moves with you, and the only way to see the real distance you have traveled is to look back. Not forward at someone else, back at yourself. Now, 3 reframes. A reframe is a new way of looking at the same situation. The facts don't change. The situation doesn't change. But the meaning changes. And meaning changes everything. How you feel, how you practice, whether you continue or stop. Reframe 1. When you see someone speak English beautifully and your brain says, I will never be that good. Change it to this. That is evidence that it is possible. Use their fluency as proof, not as punishment. Their chapter 20 tells you that chapter 20 exists. that it is real, that a real person reached it. That means it is reachable. That means you can reach it too, if you keep going. Their success is not your failure. Their success is your proof. Reframe 2. When you feel behind, when you feel like everyone is further than you, like you started too late, like you're too slow. Change it to this: I am on my path. There is no schedule for learning English. There is no official deadline. There is no race with other people. Nobody is waiting at the finish line to judge how long it took you. Nobody is counting the years. Nobody cares about the route, only the destination. You are not behind. You are exactly where you are, on a path that belongs to you, moving at your pace, towards something that matters to you. Say this quietly, right now: I am not behind, I am on my path. One more time: I am not behind, I am on my path. Feel those words. Don't just say them, feel them. When you really believe that sentence, really believe it, not just say it, it changes how you practice. It changes how you feel after a mistake. It changes your whole relationship with English. Reframe 3. When the feeling hits you, I am bad at English, I will never be good enough, what is the point? Your brain fills with shame, and shame is heavy. Shame makes you want to stop, to hide, to avoid the thing that made you feel bad. Change shame to curiosity. Not, I am terrible at this, but interesting. I could not say that just now. Why not? What was missing? What exactly do I need to practice to say that next time? Shame closes the door. It is the end of a sentence. Curiosity opens the door. It is the beginning of a question. And every question has an answer. And every answer is learnable. Always learnable. There is no ability gap that time and practice cannot close. There is only a practice gap. And practice gaps close. That is what they do. Now, your practice moment. Right now, with me. Say 3 sentences out loud, in English, about your own progress. They don't need to be big or impressive. They just need to be true. Like this: 1 year ago, I could not understand this podcast. 6 months ago, I could not write an email in English. 1 month ago, I froze every time someone spoke to me. Now yours. Fill in what is true for you. Say each sentence out loud. 1 year ago, I could not. Say it. 6 months ago, I could not. Say it. 1 month ago, I could not. Say it, all 3, out loud. Don't rush through them. Did you feel that? That is your real progress, not someone else's result. Yours, real, true, already happened. Each of those things was impossible once. Each one felt exactly like your current impossible feels right now. Heavy, far away, maybe never. And each one became normal. So normal that you almost forgot it was ever hard. Your current impossible will become normal too. Not maybe. Not if you are talented enough. It will. That is not motivation. That is how language learning works for every single person who keeps going. One more thing before you go. The learners who become fluent, they are not more talented than you. They are not smarter. They did not have a better teacher or a better method or more time. The only difference is this: they stopped looking sideways. They stopped watching other people's chapters. They compared themselves to who they were last month, and that comparison gave them something real, something true, something that said, yes, you are moving. Yes, it is working. Yes, keep going. And that was enough. 1 more week, 1 more month, 1 more year. That is the whole secret. Look back, not sideways. Your challenge this week: write 1 sentence in the comments. Something you can do now in English that you could not do 6 months ago. 1 sentence. True. Yours. Because I want you to see it written down. I want other learners to see it. Progress is real. It is happening right now. Even when it feels invisible, it is happening. Every chapter 1 becomes a chapter 20. If you keep writing, see you in the next episode. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a story. Because the right episode at the right moment can change more than just your English.